Become famous. Last week I struggled to open and someone comes out of the woodwork saying story time, she left me with while I was at my lowest.
Hey girl, so these are the vendors I bought from. Are they the best? No. But was it Black Friday and was I being cheap? Yeah. So if you can do better than me, do better. I know this looks crazy, but you need to understand my vision. Basically, I'm going to dye the closure 70% black and then tone the rest and then tone that blonde bundle, because never in this life was I gonna walk around with yellow hair. Anyways, I used Shimmerlight's conditioner because it's very forgiving. First time I ever toned hair, I used this super strong purple shampoo. It actually turned the hair purple. I was so embarrassed. Because it's conditioner, your hair comes out soft, so that's a win. But it does fade over time, so you will need to retone it eventually. I recommend the waterfall method because that's the forgiving part. If you don't do the waterfall method and you just squirt this stuff straight onto your bundles, it will work much faster. You will have to work much faster, and if you don't keep up, your bundles will be purple. Brother, I'm trying to look out for you because I know you're a rookie and I know I'm a rookie. So if you don't want to take my advice, that is cool. But if it turns purple, do not call me. Do not complain. My dear, just enjoy your life looking like a grape. Nobody force you. Did I tie your hand? So the waterfall method is basically putting a dye, a color, a purple shampoo into a bowl of water to dilute it. The color and pigment is still there. It just slowly attaches instead of gripping with no rhyme, no reason. So here I'm using a brush to make sure it doesn't tangle, but also I'm soaking it, dragging it out, soaking it, dragging it out. It's like when you're doing laundry when your washing machine was broken. We've all been there. And before you comment that your washing machine has never broken, Jeff Bezos, send me £2,000 right now. And now after the rinse, we are finished. So I blow dried the hair mainly because when hair is wet, it comes off darker. So I wanted to see what it looks like dry. It was still a bit blonde to me. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me tone it again. After toning it a second time, I blow dried it, pinned it onto the mannequin head, and then I got out the dyes. So the dyes that I got was blackest brown and then darkest brown. I sectioned off 70% of the hair and I mixed the dyes together. Didn't need that much dye, if I'm being honest. Honestly, when I finished, I put some of it, well, all of it back into the bottle because you never know. If I was to do this again, I would put a garbage bin underneath the wig, underneath the closure where I've pinned it so it doesn't soak through. Unfortunately, some of the dye seeped through and that left many spots on the mannequin head and it looks a bit unsightly. What I forgot to record was me pinning plastic to cover the other side so dye didn't get onto it. So it allowed me to get a clean parting without messing it up. The dye isn't super expensive, so as time goes on it's going to fade and it's going to become more and more brown. So next time I go in with the dye and top it up to make it darker, I'm going to go back in with the hairs in the front because they didn't really get covered the way I wanted them to get covered. And after I washed it, I just sewed it in. I had already sewed in 3 bundles or 2.5. I had bought 4 bundles. Obviously, remember I bought these from AliExpress. These are thin bundles. I've doubled them up. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's a full wig, but it's required like way more than it should for me to like complete the wig. So I sewed in either 2.5 bundles or 3 bundles. Then I added the closure and then I added the blonde bundle to like the section where the hair would be, and then I added the last black bundle. But since then I have gone back in to take out a bit more of the blonde bundle because I'd put in the entire bundle. Like you see there's so much white, like there's so much of that bundle in there. I wasn't going for that look. Like I didn't want it to be half white half black from the back. So I took out a bunch of that bundle and added in another 5th bundle to fill up that space. So what it looks like now, where it's like it's a bunch of white in the back, it's not really there anymore. It's pretty much all black at the back and then it's a streak of white from the front. I'm not very good at cutting lace, mainly because I'm shy. I always feel like, if I cut it too deep, like then I can't go back. Like once the lace is gone, it's gone. So I'm not really going to show you the footage because I don't do it that well. I like gradually over time trim off more and more and more, and then by the 10th time I install my wig, I'm looking saucy. But overall, what I'll tell you is ebon spray, then you put it down, you band it. The band has changed my life. Wow, I am a bander. Band it for like people say 30 minutes. 30 minutes gives me a headache. I can do 15 before my head starts to thump. So I take off the band, I cut off the lace. I use scissors here mainly because I could not find my razor, but I recommend you use a razor. It looks way better. And ideally you would put makeup on the lace. I wasn't leaving the house, so I felt like putting makeup on was a bit much, so I put on the band to like let it sit. Then I put more ebon glue to spray it down all the bits that had come up, and yeah, shebang, it looks great on camera. Like, what was I even talking about? Just had to remind myself. Oh, and the way I achieved my current hairstyle with the same wig is just shifting it to the side. This is a closure, it's just not in the middle. I just shifted it to the side of my head, and yeah, if you were to lift up that fringe, would there be hair there? No.
How much is this? Oh, this man has money. Oh, he got money. Give him everything. Give him everything. Buy the horse. Buy the whole shop. Why should I be carrying bag when I live away? She got it. I shouldn't be carrying bag.
Donuts.